what informed your decision to join the LP? That's the Labour Party. This on the other hand, and then, for people on the ground in Edo, there is also a portion of them who say people like yourself, they refer to them as emergency politicians, as now that it is an election year, or an election year is upon the state, people come from, all over and now decide that they want the people to vote for them, as in how well are you known, for example, in Edo State?
Well, in Edo State, first of all, I was born and raised in Edo State. I was born in a village in Uhi, in one of the local government area of the state. I joined, to answer your question first, that's a good question to ask. The first thing, I joined the Labour Party because I believe in the Labour Party philosophy and the manifesto that is people's driven, is the democracy that encompasses and brings everyone to the table. And I have been obedient for a long time. And not just politics. When Osagie was running for a second term in office, I openly came out to support him because I did not like the injustice that I believe at the time that the APC were giving to him. So I supported him. When Peter Obi was in Canada for his visit while he was touring the world, I volunteered to provide security support for the obedient movement. And I'm not just coming up now. I have a security company in Nigeria that employ over 300 youths. I have always supported my people. I was the chairman of one local government in Canada for about 5 years, supporting my people. I have been involved with sending equipment, hospital equipment, in trying to mobilize my people. But the sole money little you can do as a private person in Nigeria. If you try to, I remember one time we sent a hospital equipment. They wanted us to get permission from the Commissioner of Health. And the bureaucracy is just so much. I decided I'm going to do it myself. I'm going to be in charge. So that way, I'll be able to bring the thing that we need. In Edo State, people cannot go to farms. The money I used to travel abroad was given to me by my mother, who got it from farming, from selling pineapple, plantain, banana. That's how we got it. Today, our people cannot go to farms because they're afraid of kidnappers. They're afraid of Fulani herdsmen. What I'm going to do as a security person, what I have done to serve and protect the people of Toronto for 24 years, that's what I'm going to do in Edo State. I am going to form a security dragnet around Edo State so that anything that moves in and out or within, we will monitor it, we will stamp them out. Our people, even when they produce farm produce, crops, they cannot take this thing to the market because the roads are bad. Not only the roads are bad, the roads are not motorable, and the people are afraid to go on the road. I'll just give you a specific example. In about 2 weeks ago, I was going to Aunchi from Benin City to meet with some of my supporters down there. It took me about 4 hours to get to Aunchi. This is a place when I was young, traveling with my father. It took us about 45 minutes. Every spot you go, either this road is bad, or you hear the driver tell me, Oga, you be like say kidnapper, they here. Then we have to turn around. At some point, I say, you know what? We have 6 policemen with us. Let's be brave. Let's go through it. Let's drive fast and let's get to our destination. We cannot have a segment of the population, our brother and sister in Edo State, in Edo North or Edo Central. We can't cut, it's like they have been cut off from civilization because they don't have access to good road. And these people produce a lot of farm produce that's supposed to come to the city for export. And then you wonder, why do we have so much poverty? So much poverty in our state because our people, even they can't go to farm, even they go to farm, they cannot sell it because the roads are not safe. That is what I'm going to change. I'm going to ensure my people are safe. I'm going to ensure our women don't get raped while they're going to farm. I'm going to make sure people can go on the road. That is the expertise I bring to the table that nobody else has. I'm not saying I'm the smartest, I'm the one, but I'm the one with public service experience. I know what it means to be a good policeman. I know what it means. You were just talking about Zamfara. Why do we have so much problem? Because our people are not trained. We have not invested in our law enforcement. We have not invested in our police force. People are crying about Mohbad. Mohbad That's not the issue. The issue is that have we trained our police force in solving a problem so that mobile issue won't come back again? I know it's good to go on the street and demonstrate, but the question we should be asking for is to reform our police force. Do we have a protocol that follows when something happens? Do we even have a homicide squad to investigate? I used to work in the homicide in the past. Do we have a homicide squad that investigates such things? In Canada, there's what you call policing protocol. Every police station in Canada must have a sexual assault investigator, domestic assault investigator. Do we have such in Nigeria? So we are just, every citizen will cry, but we are not solving the problem. That is why I'm going to Edo State with all my experience, all my expertise to solve our people's problem, because nobody's doing it.
Right, but some will say that some of the things you have mentioned is not within the purview of the state governor. That has to be from the federal level. So we have to consider the peculiarities of the country as we look at adopting some of the things that you have mentioned. You mentioned earlier that what you want to do is to ensure that you are accountable to the people. And we have had, such conversations. We know that Canada has a system that holds people in power to account, but Nigerians have been talking about the matter of accountability in this part of the world, where it's seemingly difficult to hold persons in power to account. How do you want to ensure that? What do you want to do differently in that aspect?
Well, first of all, thank you for your question. The first thing about police force, I know in Nigeria, the police force is strictly federal, but sometimes don't let these people deceive you. These guys are getting about 1.something billion a month for security vote. You can create a security services. Ogbemudia Osagie, will create Edo State Security Service. They will be trained by professionals from Canada around the world. They will be equipped. They will have the same equipment that is used to combat crime. They will be able to do it. The Constitution never said you should not have your own security services. It just said you cannot have your own police force, but you can have your own police security services. In Benin, we have vigilante. We have Edo State Vigilante Network. They are there. It's just the only difference that they are poorly trained. They are not equipped. They don't have any strong arm to fight these bandits. But based on what they have, they are doing a great job. I went to my village the other day. I saw the way they were dressed. I donated some equipment and some clothing to them so that they can be very proud of what they do. And the other one about accountability. The issue is this. You need to elect people to office, people that have track records, people you know that you can trust. If someone all their life, all the past 24 years, you can track my record, you can know who I am, and you can see that I've been accountable to the public. Those are the kind of people you vote to power. Not people that will come to you and say, okay, hold me accountable. You look at them 5 years ago, they were 419 guys. You look at them 5 years ago, they are doing philanthropy, they are dashing away money. But you never ask them, where did they get that money from? So if you cannot hold them accountable during election process, during while you are trying to pick a choice, then you're not going to be able to hold them accountable when we come to the office. So track record, past character, what you have done in the past, how to be scrutinized. You talk about Canada. In Canada, certain things, if you have done anything shady in the past, nobody's going to elect you to office. And even if they mistakenly elect you to office, you are not going to stay there. You cannot hold accountable a thief. Somebody who has been involved in fraudulent activities, dubious lifestyle all their life, you cannot all of a sudden hold them accountable. I want people to Google my name, check my track record, and see what kind of human being I am. Don't take my word for it. Find out who I am. That's how you're going to hold me accountable. But the idea that somebody go to the office and then people start to worship them and try to worship you like God, that's how to be out. You cannot elect your godfather. You cannot elect somebody that you have to kneel down to greet before they come to power. You cannot elect them to office. You want to elect a friend, a community member to come to power. So that's how you hold people accountable. You cannot hold them accountable if they have a bad track record or you don't know their history. My history is well known. Go to my village, everybody know about who I am. We go to Benin City, everybody know where I grew up. and where I have resided for the past 24 years, everyone know who I am. That is what I bring to the table, and I challenge every other aspirant to declare what they have done, where they have been, their source of money for the past 20 years.